feels like she might die. Like, Evelyn can. There's so much.
I'm Dane.
Hey, no you're not.
That's what you're supposed to say. And I'm Amanda.
I'm Dane.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're AmanDane.
This is the 6-week countdown to Evelyn. So this week we've been planning more for when Evelyn's here, like we do every week.
And I should say, I feel like people always freak out when we say plan. They're like, you can't plan a baby. You can't plan that. It's a baby. We don't mean like set in stone planning. We mean guidelines. Stick to the code. Yeah, they're more like guidelines.
That's true.
But that's how we feel. We do mean more like guidelines. We want kind of a base to plan off of. We don't mean strictly this, and if it doesn't happen, oh gosh, the end of the world. We just want to have a good idea of where to lead Evelyn through. We're more than flexible enough to.
So we've been thinking about like what her daily schedule will be, and of course that's going to change each week as she grows, I imagine, pretty quickly. So at first, we'll definitely do like the at-will breastfeeding, but we eventually do want to put her on a schedule, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll keep kind of growing and learning with what her natural schedule is, and then how that can turn into a more stable schedule, especially for us going back to work and being able to sleep.
We may not know what sleep is at some point, but that'll be fun. Wake up vlogs. Maybe we'll do vlogs where we're just awake.
At 3 in the morning.
It's day 7. I can't sleep. Everyone can. There's so much poop. So much poop.
And also starting to decide who's gonna do certain chores, right? I can imagine it being like survival. All of a sudden we have to figure out what we're gonna do. So just having an idea ahead of time, like maybe even our parents will come and do certain chores during the week or something for those first few weeks.
Maybe Jessica will come and take care of Evelyn.
And we'll do chores.
And we'll do chores. Maybe we'll do a contest and you'll have your chance to come and do chores for us. Just kidding.
And just like meal planning ahead of time. So just having that kind of basic knowledge of what we want to happen, so then we can adapt. Another thing we're gonna plan for that is kind of weird in these COVID times, for friends and family coming over to meet Evelyn for the first time. Just having that set up so you don't feel overwhelmed having people coming all the time whenever they want, or staying longer than you want them to. So just expressing that ahead of time and being like, oh, maybe 1 or 2 people at a time for one thing, and they only come for like an hour, and maybe they have to bring something that we need or do a chore thing here that we'll need. Obviously not a lot of people can come at first. It would just be whoever we're already in contact with.
You can only see Evelyn from 6 feet away. You have to do a chore as your entry fee. Maybe we'll have a fast pass system where you have to preserve your spot.
Writing a will.
Writing a won't. That's the opposite. Hold on.
Ray.
Oh, she got caught.
It's definitely something that we've thought about. You just never know what's going to happen in life.
Amanda recently expressed to me that she feels like she might die. Like, what if we're not alive for Evelyn? And I told her I feel the same way because I do. What if we just don't make it? Fear that we kind of have because we want to be there for Evelyn. We have such high hopes to raise her and be the best parents possible. What if we're not even alive to do it? Rather than just be afraid of it, we're trying to meet that fear with action and preparation, because it could happen. We're trying to prepare for that instance. Hopefully I'm tearing. Hopefully it doesn't come. It probably won't. Trying to be prepared for that eventuality with plans, more specifically a will.
As much as we've been planning for all the good and the hopes, we also want to plan for the potential negative things that could happen. So the main thing in a will is naming who would be the guardian. So even if just one of us passes, depending on where you live, you still have to make sure you say that Dane passed, I would still be the guardian, which is kind of a
you would just birth her. Like, why wouldn't you be?
That's a good thing to put in there just in case. Then if we were to both pass, who would be that guardian? And that's a real conversation you should have with whoever that guardian would be. I would hate for someone to be like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, and then it comes, they're like, wait, what?
Just kidding. If you're not in the US, what it's like in your country. I mean, if you are in the US in your own state, if it's different, what happens if like one of the parents pass away? And what happens in that instance? Does the other remaining parent have to have been named in the will to be? Is there anything in your country or state? Let us know below. I just want to know.
You also name an executor, so someone who
Like the
makes
Pokemon?
sure that someone who makes sure that the will is followed. You also don't necessarily need a lawyer, but sometimes it might be a good idea depending on how many kids you have or what your estate and everything might look like. Also do an inventory of what you even own. I don't even know if we know.
Oh man, you're right. Who gets all my lightsabers? Who gets my car? Oh god.
That's a real question.
No one. I want to be buried in it. Bury the car.
Every now and then just take pictures of your rooms. I actually just do this anyway because we update and I think it's pretty and stuff.
It's like an inventory. You can show to a lawyer later your insurance big. As you can see in this picture from this date, I had these things. Photoshop in like, I had $1 million cash.
Oh goodness.
Look in the background of this video.
Make sure it's signed by you and however many witnesses or notarized, however that works out. Definitely the main thing obviously we're thinking about though is who the guardian would be and how we want them to raise her. You know, what parenting styles do you want? What schools do you want her to attend? What kind of sports or something do you want her to learn? Just so that is known to whoever would be raising her.
Okay, they're pretty specific guidelines, not rules, to how we want to parent Evelyn. Parenting styles and the things we want to teach her, and we'll go in depth in those in another video. We just talk about it all the time. We're so excited to be parents that we keep writing down and thinking about things we want to teach her and the way we want to teach her things. We have such a large sample of data to pull from at our studio. We see parents with students all the time and their kids. Man, that's great that they did that, or I don't think we would do that with our child for whatever reason. Just in the world, there's an article for every like, oh, my kid just got on Instagram, what do I do? Like, panic.
Yeah. The other main thing that we're planning for is life insurance. Dane currently has life insurance. I will be adding on to that. And then from what we've heard, Evelyn gets added onto it 10 days after she's born. So whether you want to have it or not, or already have kids, for us it just feels like something that we then don't have to worry as much about in the back of our heads. It's just kind of extra blanket to take care of her.
Thanks for tuning into this video. We appreciate all of you guys watching and all of your support. I say it all the time in the comments if you go back and read. I always hear that it takes a village to raise a child, but I feel like we have the world to help us because we have you guys watching, commenting, and supporting us. It really does help when you let ads play through or even when you just comment. We love hearing from you guys, just your take on it or just that you're happy to see us. Makes a big difference because we're happy to see you guys.
As always, let us know if there's anything you want us to do a video on or talk about too.
Remember to like and subscribe below as always. Oh, leave me a joke. We really need jokes. We have trouble smiling in pictures unless we hear a really good joke. Put the punchline in the comments. So like, what do you call this? And then comment to your own post. That way we don't see the punchline right away. We can see it when we're taking pictures and stuff. Yeah, so do that below, please. If you can think of one, you can Google one, like find the funniest thing you can find. And yeah, see you guys next time.